Power gen, gas and electricity. We're the power behind power.
England's last competitive match beneath the Twin Towers. A venue of dreams. A match they must win. Euro 2000 or bust. Our destiny is in safe hands. Highlights of England v Luxembourg tonight on ITV.
Now 007 is out for revenge in License to Kill.
Oh dear, inadequate car. Well, I think it's time you tried the new Nissan Primera.
S'il vous plaît, le chemin est long et ma roue est cassée.
Monsieur, la vache est prête à véler, mais le veau est mal engagé.
Comment vous remercier?
Monsieur, monsieur!
C'est lui. Oh, une bière pour monsieur, s'il vous plaît.
Une Stella Artois.
Et la monnaie?
My tummy went over and I said to my friend, "Who is that boy?" Our first kiss would have been when I was 16.
Well, everybody says that my eyes are the same.
Has to be those eyes.
From the day I signed him, he was an actor.
But if I've got something to communicate to him, I'll send them by email, then have a conversation about it.
How are you, Frankie? All right? Very Londoner and very loud.
He's obviously the hitman, hard man.
He always said this reputation, but as a real-life person, he's an ace bloke.
He can be a little unreliable, but wherever you try and get him on his mobile, he always answers it.
He's actually made a record, did you know that?
He sang lovely.
And it's terrible.
In racing, he's a very good loser.
The door used to come off the hinges when we got beat.
He is competitive at everything, sir. I wouldn't count an Oscar out.
There's no possible way I can see that.
Wherever we are in the world, we will speak on the telephone at least 8 times a day.
Guess who thought being a spy would make a smooth new app for John Smith's? Our man couldn't wait to show off his gadgets and foolproof disguises. But he soon found that being a secret agent is not all it's cracked up to be, especially if the mission involves losing a loyal friend. He knows now you don't need any undercover nonsense to sell John Smith's. Just a good look at the pint that is pure silk in a glass. Like this.
If you want a car that's tough and durable with reinforced safety cell and side impact protection system, try the Citroen Saxo from only $6,995. And that's not all. Sound deadening and an acoustically engineered floor to reduce engine noise. The Citroen Saxo, available from just $6,995.
Its Latin name is Asteris rubens. The locals call it the red jewel. I take it with me everywhere because it reminds me of the best 2 weeks of my life. My mate Terry phoned me up. He said, "Got any dough? Got any holiday?" I said no to both. The thing is that don't matter to Terry. He said he could get us 2 weeks in Goa cheap if we left the next day. 24 hours later and I'm swimming with turtles. I sometimes need to get away to find out what's really important. That's why I'm going again next year.
Barclaycard. One card, a million uses.
If you've never experienced the thrill of Mach 3, it's wake-up time. Introducing Mach 3, the first triple-blade shaving system from Gillette. 3 blades positioned to shave progressively closer. You take 1 stroke, it takes 3, so you don't have to shave over and over, which means less irritation. 3 blades, fewer strokes, less irritation. Mach 3 from Gillette.
Well, my dad drives a TVR convertible. That's 0 to 60 in 4 seconds.
Hello, son.
New Oxy on the Spot, the brand new direct action treatment that helps eliminate embarrassing spots. So, whatever else puts you on the spot, at least it needn't be spots.
I'm just mad about saffron. Saffron's mad about me. I'm just mad about saffron. She's just mad about me. They call me Mellow Yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow.
Champions of Europe! Ja, weißt du, einfach Berlin wäre sehr viel kürzer, ja? Nein, bei Ihnen München.
Extra time.
Soy yo del Real Madrid. No seré yo del Real.
The UEFA Champions League. It matters. See it all only with On Digital. Don't miss a single game. Get your free box today.
That's it. I've had enough.
No annual fee, a cashback bonus award, and more.
Seems to have done the trick.
The Morgan Stanley Dean Witter card. Has your credit card just expired?
Flipping it. It's like a cattle market in here.
But hey!
Ladies! Once my crumpet was just as bland as yours. Then I found something worth believing in. The joy of a rich, buttery taste that made my crumpet sing. Let me tell you about it. Can I try his taste? Come on! I can't believe it's not butter. Not a trace.
Give your wash an Alpine freshness. With new Ariel Alpine tablets.
Every year, NatWest Insurance helps to protect nearly 2 million people so they can sleep more easily.
Finally, words usually reserved for your face are now possible all over your body with Daily Renewal Body Wash, new from Oil of Olay. With each shower, its Olay moisturizers work 24 hours a day, giving your skin a radiance and beauty you never imagined from a body wash. New Daily Renewal Body Wash from Oil of Olay. Proven to give you radiant skin all over.
I see happy lambs. I see unwashed cars. I see grass growing. I see 24 gives you free access to the internet and 5 hours worth of free calls every Sunday without changing your phone company. I see praises for 5 hours free every Sunday. Call at a Shell service station for your free CD to get connected.
This is the new Vauxhall Zafira. It's got more seats, legroom, headroom and luggage room than some big cars, so naturally it costs more. No, it costs less. A lot less. Oh, I don't understand that at all. That can't be right, though, can it?
Vauxhall, raising the standard.
Good idea. All the latest graphics and a state-of-the-art rumble pack controller. Let's play right now.
I know I shouldn't have played her, but she's worth it.
Worthington, it's a man thing.
The new dual-band Nokia phone. Fun outside, serious inside. With Nokia picture messaging and long operating times. And express on covers you can change on both sides. Nokia, connecting people.
Britain's biggest giveaway is now even bigger. With the Mail on Sunday and the Daily Mail Super Lucky Wallets, everyone is guaranteed to win. There's over £1 million in cash prizes.
I've won £100,000!
Me too!
We're off to America.
On the QE2! Dinner for two!
In Monte Carlo.
We've won a car!
The new Jag.
Plus £1 million in cash with Super Lucky Wallets. Start in the Mail on Sunday tomorrow. What's in yours?
I've seen and tasted the evidence. Benecol margarine spread actually reduces LDL cholesterol by an average 14%. For more information, call this number.
Let someone else help you. If we receive your completed form by the 30th of September, we will calculate your tax for you.
Are you sure that your central heating or gas fire will work this winter? Call British Gas on 0645 60 50 40 And one of our engineers will make sure your home will be cozy and warm.
Hermes, messenger of the gods, hearken unto Zeus!
What's up, dude?
You've stolen the drink of the gods. Now suffer my wrath. As punishment, you must hand over your winged sandals.
I don't need these ancient Greek sneakers anyway. I found something better.
Better than the divine ambrosia?
Yeah, it's Red Bull.
Red Bull, a new drink of the gods?
No, it's a new cold drink on Earth. It's more fun down there anyway.
And how do you plan to get back without your winged sandals?
With Red Bull. It gives you wings.
You can see the British television premiere of Tomorrow Never Dies exclusively on ITV this October.
Earlier this evening, we had the biggest winner yet on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
You sure you want to play?
See ends. You had £125,000. You just won $250,000. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tomorrow at 9? A special hour-long show. Call 09002 444444 now and you can become a contestant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I'm an engineer. Now, to do my job the way it needs to be done means I need the right tools. I needed notebook computers preloaded with a powerful, easy-to-use, reliable business operating system. So I called Dell. Dell pre-installed Windows NT Workstation on custom-built Latitude notebooks. Dell pioneered this direct way, which has made my life easier.
eDirect, Dell. Dell notebooks use Intel Pentium 2 processors.
Good idea. All the latest graphics and a state-of-the-art rumble pack controller. Let's play right now.
I know I shouldn't have played, but she's worth it.
Worthington, it's a man thing.
Introducing new 3Ds from Doritos. A whole new shape with a lighter crunch that begs to be eaten in very loud ways.
Ay, Chihuahua.
Doritos 3Ds, the new dimension in snacking.
Fresh, healthy and glowing. Olay's brilliant new tinted moisturizer goes beyond just color. With an illuminating, moisture-boosting formula to light up your face with a fresh, healthy glow. New Luminesse from Olay.
Yeah, all you have to do is buy tomorrow's News of the World and get your Tesco starter card.
Then you're guaranteed Tesco Club Card points.
Thank you very much. I know it's amazing. It's an absolutely unbelievable offer. Yeah,
you could even become a Tesco Club Card millionaire. And it's only with this weekend's News of the World. It's what Sundays are all about.
God, it's so hot out there. Does anyone fancy a mint?
No.
No.
Tic Tac, anyone? One tiny Tic Tac
refreshes my breath for 2 hours and only 2 calories. Tic Tac, always in mint condition.
Power Gen, gas and electricity. We're the power behind power.
The most dangerous show on television is back.
This is your challenge of a lifetime. Ross has never abseiled in his life.
I cannot believe I'm doing this.
Davina McCall helps you face up to your greatest fears in the new series of Don't Try This at Home, next Saturday at 5:45.
The most nerve-wracking challenge show is back for Saturday nights.
Brand new series of The Moment of Truth.
One challenge, 1 week to practice, one shot at the family's dream prizes. The kids can't lose, even if the parents don't win. Cilla Black's The Moment of Truth returns next Saturday, 7:15 on ITV.
You're watching Central ITV. Now it's time for the latest news.
Middle East peace, Arafat and Barak sign historic deal. Police find a body in the hunt for missing Laura. And the goal that keeps Scotland's European hopes alive.
From ITN, the ITV Weekend News with Andrea Catherwood.
Good evening. Within the past half hour, Israeli and Palestinian leaders have signed an accord it's hoped will herald a new era of Middle East peace. Yasser Arafat and Israel's new Prime Minister Ehud Barak took centre stage together for the historic ceremony in Egypt. Our Middle East correspondent Julian Mannion is there.
In a holiday resort on Egypt's Red Sea coast, Middle East peace is being given another chance. The US Secretary of State Madeleine Albright came here tonight after a day spent trying to persuade the Syrian leadership to engage in direct talks with Israel. She radiated pleasure over the new Israeli-Palestinian agreement that she has brokered.
A comprehensive peace based on the principle of land for peace would resolve old grievances, ease security concerns, clarify sovereignty issues, facilitate solutions to regional problems, and spur economic growth.
Last to arrive in Sharm el-Sheikh was the new Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, whose election earlier this year seems to have broken the logjam in the peace process. The Israeli and Palestinian leaders came to the Gulf Hotel, where their negotiators have been putting the final touches on a revised version of last year's Y agreement, known as Y2. Israel will now have about 10 days to withdraw from a further 7% of the West Bank and release 200 Palestinian prisoners. Then there will be 2 more withdrawals and 12 months of talks aimed at a final settlement to be completed by September the 10th next year. Tonight's ceremony brings hope after the bitter deadlock of the Netanyahu period. Israel's Prime Minister Ehud Barak and the Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat are putting their names to an enormously ambitious schedule for peace. It seems that after months of stagnation, things are finally moving. There's real drama in this new agreement. Not Israel's belated promise to finally implement the Y withdrawals, but the aim of trying to get a full and final settlement in just 12 months. After all the haggling over tiny percentages of land and handfuls of prisoners, this may seem an almost impossible target. But at least the two sides are now publicly committed to try. Julian Mannion, ITN in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt.
Here, police are tonight questioning a man after finding a body thought to be that of 9-year-old Laura Kane, who disappeared 10 days ago. Unconfirmed reports say they found her under the floorboards of a house. Harry Smith reports.
The house where Laura's body was found is tonight under police guard. It's on a housing estate in the small town of Merton, about 10 miles from where Laura lived. Neighbours have been leaving flowers and soft toys at the garden gate. None of them knew Laura, but felt the need to express their shock and horror that she was found in their midst.
People feeling really sad at this stage, you know.
They're just trying to do as much as they can to show that they do care, you know, and our thoughts are with the parents of that little girl.
Laura, who was 9, went missing 10 days ago after leaving her home in the village of Penshaw near Sunderland, saying she was going to play with friends. During the massive hunt launched by Northumbria Police, Laura's mother, Carol, made an emotional appeal for help in finding her.
All I wish to say is, if anybody knows anything, has seen her or thinks they've seen her, can I let the police know?
Northumbria Police have given few details about the man they've arrested, other than to say that he's in his early 30s and lives locally. Tonight he's being held in an unnamed police station in the Northumbrian area. Harry Smith, ITN, Merton, County Durham.
East Timor's overwhelming vote in favour of independence from Indonesia was greeted today with more mayhem. Tonight, the territory is in a state of anarchy, with militia rampaging through the streets. Tom Bradby is in the Indonesian capital, Jakarta.
Independence Day may be the darkest of all. This is the hotel where most journalists left in Dili are staying. All day, militiamen have been attacking or threatening to. This man, like the others, was eventually led away, but not arrested or disarmed. Later, he came back and broke into the lobby. The militia clearly want to drive the press and probably the UN out, hoping for a free hand here. Eventually, the police came back and loaded many of the remaining journalists onto a truck before taking them to the airport. Those that remained barricaded themselves in. The head of the UN mission is also staying here. There have been unconfirmed reports of massacres, including one of 100 people huddled in a church. The response of the Indonesian military is to deny any of this is happening.
There is no report that the militia are carrying guns and walking on the street. There is no people walking on the street carrying a gun illegally.
The Indonesian authorities insist they are doing their best. Privately, UN officials say that is an outright lie. But they're also frustrated that the international community isn't doing more to put pressure on the Indonesians, especially given the fact that this economy is being propped up with £30 billion worth of aid. Tom Bradby, ITN, Jakarta.
It's being reported tonight that one of the 2 pilots among the 8 people killed in yesterday's air crash near Glasgow Airport had been called in at the last moment on a day off. Air accident investigators are trying to find out what went wrong. The 3 people who survived are in hospital with spinal injuries. The Ulster Unionists and Sinn Féin decided today they will take part in the review of the Good Friday Agreement. It's due to begin on Monday. John Draper reports.
Republicans met in Dublin as Unionists were meeting in Belfast, 100 miles apart in distance and politics. But each did decide to join next week's review aimed at saving the Good Friday Agreement.
We decided in the round that what we should do is go into this in as positive and as constructive a frame of mind as possible. But we are very, very mindful that unionism needs to change its attitude.
In Belfast, the Unionists said they wanted the review to focus on ending violence.
I anticipate no difficulty whatsoever in ensuring that what we regard as the fundamental issue of the commitment to peaceful means will be the primary focus of the review.
The funeral took place of Brian McKinney today, 21 years after he was abducted by the IRA and murdered. His body was recently uncovered in the Irish Republic. Senator George Mitchell says the peace process intended to end such killings must succeed.
It is unthinkable to me that after having reached agreement, the parties who support the agreement will permit it to fail. That would be a terrible tragedy and an irony, and I think would be unforgivable.
The present impasse is about a complete breakdown in trust. Unionists don't believe Republicans are serious about peace. Republicans don't believe Unionists are serious about sharing power. Somehow next week, George Mitchell has to bridge the gulf between the two. John Draper, ITN, Stormont.
Sport now. There were a number of vital qualifying matches for next year's European Football Championships today. Highlights of England's game against Luxembourg follow on ITV just after this programme, so if you don't want to know the result, look away now. Scotland won their qualifier against Bosnia 2-1 in Sarajevo. Ian Abrams has been watching the action.
Scotland arrived in Sarajevo looking for their first away win in a competitive international for nearly 3 years. David Hopkins' long throw on 13 minutes causing problems for Bosnian keeper Denic. From the resulting corner, he kept out Billy Dodd's header, but not the follow-up from Everton's Don Hutchison. Bosnia hit back 10 minutes later. The Scottish defence nowhere to be seen as Elvir Bolic rounded Neil Sullivan to equalise. The Wimbledon keeper then produced a fingertip save to deny Barbarez. Scotland won the match though through Billy Dodds, showing if at first you don't succeed, try again. His first effort inches over the crossbar. His second producing his 4th international goal and Scotland's winner. Craig Brown's side on course for the playoffs ahead of next year's finals. Ian Abrahams, ITN Sport.
Wales kept alive their faint hopes of qualifying with a 2-1 win against Belarus in Minsk. After Wales had gone a goal down, Dean Saunders equalised. Then, with just 4 minutes to go, Ryan Giggs got the Welsh winner. Not such good news for Northern Ireland. They were beaten 3-0 by Turkey at Windsor Park. A hat-trick from Edem Arith did the damage. The Republic of Ireland travelled to Zagreb, where they were beaten 1-0 by Croatia. The Arsenal striker Davor Suker scores the last-minute winner. Well, that's it from us and all the Weekend News team. Have a very good night.
Good evening. Well, the weather's about to change, but for tonight it's status quo. That's to say, a lot of dry, fine weather around, temperatures not dipping below 12 or 13 typically. Still rather cloudy across northwestern parts of Scotland, parts of Northern Ireland, with some mist and some drizzle, some mist lapping onto the Irish Sea coast. Any mist inland across England and Wales should soon burn off in the morning, though. Another fine start to the day. But unlike recent days, I think we'll see more in the way of cloud building up, and there is just the risk of 1 or 2 thundery downpours developing across central and eastern parts of England, moving northwards about as far north as the Pennines later on. At the same time, cloud thickening across western parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, turning wet here during the course of the evening. Temperature-wise, well, even in the northwest, where it stays cloudy, it's going to be pretty humid, 18 or 19. The bulk of the country, though, getting into the 20s, as high as 26 or 27 in parts of the south and the east. But as I said at the beginning, things are about to change. And during the course of the next 48 hours, we'll see a cold front spreading much cooler conditions across the whole of the country as we head towards the middle of the week. That's about it from me. Here's a summary.
Power Gen. Power, whatever the weather.
Central Weather, sponsored by Stay Bright Windows and Conservatories. The clear choice in any weather.
Hi, good evening. A glorious first week of autumn, but things looking a little more unsettled next week through the central region, so I hope you've made the most of this week's sunshine. Now, it's dry and clear tonight, so some mist and fog around by dawn, but very mild. No need for the winter duvet just yet, and that murk soon clearing tomorrow morning with sunshine into the afternoon. More cloud around, though, so the chance of scattered thundery showers, but very warm, still into the low 80s Fahrenheit. That's it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good night.
The Central 7-Day Weather Line, 09064 710 711.
Was an entire idiot.
A new series, Football Crazy, starts Wednesday the 15th of September, ITV2.
ITV2, a free new channel available on digital, terrestrial and cable TV. Call now.
Football proper next on Central ITV. It's the Euro 2000 qualifying highlights in the big match.
I'm not a dentist, but after eating, I chew Orbit sugar-free gum.
My brother's a hero. Everybody loves him.
It takes 119.5 seconds to pour the perfect pint. Guinness. Good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, all you have to do is buy tomorrow's News of the World and get your Tesco starter card.
Then you're guaranteed Tesco Club Card points.
Thank you very much. Well, no, it's amazing. It's an absolutely unbelievable offer. Yeah,
you could even become a Tesco Club Card millionaire. And it's only with this weekend's News of the World. It's what Sundays are all about.
I'm not a dentist, but after eating, I chew Orbit sugar-free gum.
ITV is preparing to bring you a brand new show. You want major stars? You got them. You want the best music? You got it. You want an unexpected host? Here he is.
Hi. All other programs should evacuate to minimum safe distance.
Do my shows have some kind of reputation? Stand by for Springer, as you've never seen him before. Talking with Robbie, Glenda, Martine and Tom. It's going to be emotional. Jerry Springer on Sunday. This Sunday at 10 on ITV.
Now on Central ITV, the big match.
This England's international is supported by Nationwide Building Society, official sponsor of the England team.
The heat was on for England at Wembley, and Luxembourg were in the sights of under-fire captain Alan Shearer, who also took time out to greet his new manager at Newcastle, Bobby Robson. And the guest of honour in turn could smile at a familiar old face, Stuart Pearce, and the newcomer, Kieran Dyer. For Kevin Keegan, though, unbeaten still means average. He knew it was time for England to deliver. Good evening and welcome to the big match. There's no room for any more mistakes if England are going to appear in next summer's European Championship finals. Victories over today's opponents and Poland on Wednesday will guarantee a playoff place. With us, Terry Venables, the man who took England so close to glory last time around. Terry's views on the day's events to come, plus action from some of the other home nations qualifiers. But first, it's Wembley, England against Luxembourg. Commentary comes from Ron Atkinson, and first, Clive Tilsley.
Kevin Keegan has already said there will be changes for Poland on Wednesday. England are still auditioning. But 8 changes today have produced only one new face, Kieran Dyer. A change of role for David Beckham, though, and a change of sides for Steve McManaman. Neither fullback is playing in his club position, but only Ray Parlour on the left could really claim to be out of position. Stuart Pearce will provide the balance there. Dyer and McManaman team up on the right. Alan Shearer and Robbie Fowler await the results. 6 of this team faced England last year in Luxembourg, where number 7 Danny Tice missed an early penalty. Strange things do still happen in international football, but whatever happens to England in the coming week, the Luxembourg team will return to their day jobs. The officials are from Belarus. Batty, Beckham, Fowler and Shearer all have a yellow card to their name. The margin of victory makes no practical difference to England's chances of qualifying, but a tough thumping rout could make all the difference to morale ahead of a Wednesday's summit meeting in Poland, Ron.
Yes, it's important. They'll win the game, that's for sure. It's very, very important, though, that they play with confidence and win with a few goals into the bargain.
Number 8 for Luxembourg is Vanek. Saibeni. But immediately under pressure, Ralph Ferron from Ray Parlour in that rather unfamiliar clear position out on the left-hand side. The no-hopers of international football have had their moments during these qualifiers. Cyprus have beaten Spain, the Faroes held Scotland, Andorra lost only to a single late goal to the world champions France. Shearer managed to get two hands on the ball and was helped up by his defender. And England starting with a purpose to avoid any such embarrassments here this afternoon. Fowler. Pierce couldn't resist. It is worth recalling that Luxembourg are without a point in Group 5 and without a win in 4 years.
Good positive start from England, though. This is the Pierce shot that goes over the bar. I was actually having a chat with Stuart before the match, asking him whether he was a good